Yo. Welcome back
to episode 6 of Drunk Context.
Yeah. How you guys doing out there? Hope everybody's good.
Hope all our friends and families doing well. New subscribers, new listeners.
Yeah, thank you guys for the love and support. We appreciate it a lot.
Yep.
You know.
Like I said, if it's your first time checking us out, though, please remember, hit that little like, comment, and please subscribe. Obviously, that means a lot to us.
Yeah, don't be scared to hit us up. We're open, you know. We're pretty cool guys. You know, up to hear anything.
I guess some days, sometimes.
You know.
Sometimes we're chill. Sometimes we're cool. Anywho, so let's begin.
But yeah, let's get into it.
So, today, April 12th, new Star Wars trailer dropped. Oh, man.
And the world went crazy.
Because I will tell you, I was really excited. I'm a super Star Wars fan.
He's the biggest. I met him through Star Wars.
Yeah, like
I met this guy through Star Wars, so I know exactly how much of a fan he is.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah.
Love the Lucas work. Loving what's happening with this new trilogy. It's as long as I get any form of Star Wars, I'm happy. Yeah. So trailer drops today. A lot of big fanfare. A lot of controversy.
Awesome trailer in my opinion.
Right.
I thought it was great. It was really intense, a lot of action. I mean, it's just really hard to put it into words, man. To me, this was the best Star Wars trailer I've ever seen. It's the most, I've never been so excited to see a Star Wars movie to this, to be honest. That's just my view.
Yeah, no.
You know?
This guy's been dragged on all our premieres of Star Wars. And like that's
I've enjoyed it. I've never been a crazy fan, but I've enjoyed it because my friends. Exactly. Of course. I support my friends. Whatever they're into, I'm into it.
I'm the guy that's like raining in your ear, like, dude. So, and this is gonna happen. You're probably like, what? Like you've got like graphs and figures coming up. You're like, what?
I get all my info from you. That's true. You're definitely the Star Wars head. Big
into the lore. Big fan. Like a lot of the plot twists. Like Palpatine coming back, all this other stuff. My reason though, but I want to bring it up, is the fans. The fans. Like, you got guys like me who get very excited. I don't try to be the guy that's gonna drop critique like, oh, well, this, the film didn't carry what I expected. Oh, they're appeasing. Like, our fans today don't feel like Star Wars fans.
What do you mean they don't feel like Star Wars fans? What does that mean?
You have your fans who all love the stuff. We got your love, your hate, right? Mm-hmm. But the hate, I feel, is very superficial from that has happened in, for the Star Wars community, the divide of people, just like our whole country. Now we have to divide on Star Wars.
Do you think it's not maybe just more amplified now because of the social media era?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This has been like the worst time to be a fan of anything that has been coming back or rebooted, or someone saying, oh, it's Hollywood.
By the way, they've been rebooting everything.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, some of these films, though, I feel need a reboot.
I think, come on, bro. They don't need to reboot. Where's the creativity, Mike? We reboot everything, bro. They're rebooting everything.
But it's for a fresh new audience to get a take on the stuff that we love. It's a new generation. I think people forget.
I understand. There's a lot of people who didn't experience it the way we did when we were growing up, whatever the case may be. So they want to, catch the new audience coming up.
Right.
I understand that, but
you just feel it's like really it's been overdone.
It's a trend now. It's just like reboot this, reboot that, reboot. That's all that's happening.
But what makes that different from like novels or stuff that's like 8 star? I mean, yeah, it's happening at the time.
Do they really reboot novels
as
much? Like
no, not like novels, but like to say that like when you have like the Harry Potter trend, that was like over a decade long. 7 books, 8 movies.
That's different, right? Though. That's not remaking a movie.
No, you're not remaking a movie, but can you get tired of unless it's a consistent narrative?
It's just, to me, it's just an easy way to go. Yeah, the movie was popular. It's a cult classic. So if you remake it, it's a guaranteed audience.
Right.
The parents who love those movies are probably going to bring their kids, and their kids know them. So it's easy to me. It's like, okay, fine, you could just do that all day. That's nothing.
Yeah,
like,
but
where's the creativity at? That's my point. Like, and there are some good movies coming out that's new, but I just feel like there's a lot still that's just rebooted, bro. It's just a lot of.
well, in the terms of like reboots, right? So, yeah, I understand exactly where you're coming from. Where I was coming from was more like, let's say, remember back in the '90s when it was like Halloween 8. And it's the same.
But there were different movies, though. That's the thing to me.
No, but it was a continued narrative, just like how you watch Harry Potter.
Yeah,
but those got stressed out because it was, oh well, he's come back. Even though
I mean, let's look him out. I think Freddy's coming out with another movie.
Yeah, Freddy's coming out. They got a new Chucky.
I mean, yeah,
who Luke Skywalker is now voicing in that. I'm
Yeah.
actually kind of interested about that.
Yeah.
Probably sound like the Joker and shit.
That'll be interesting.
But
that would be really interesting, actually.
but no, like I feel like just like how there's reboots and people like how you said you kind of shit on it or whatever.
I'm not really shitting on it. I just feel like some of it is not necessary.
Right. Oh, so it's more like you don't need that refresh. The original is just
Yeah, some of it is okay. Yeah, like some of it let the movie be where it at. Like it's a cult classic. You know, sometimes it's cool to watch old movies and see the mess ups and how it wasn't like, you know, instead of like changing and
I think there are some movies that are timeless
I feel like
and
it's making Hollywood lazy.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But if you can bring a better retelling, like because some movies, because it's so dated.
No, I understand maybe the artist's point of it. They're like, man, we have the technology now to make it look way better. So I understand that. But it's like the same stories to me. So like what like. You know, I understand you have the new technology and the new cameras and everything to make it look way cooler and way better, but like, it's the same story.
Right. Yeah, you're still getting the same story.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I understand it's all about effects and.
No, and that's fine, and I guess ultimately with the backlash of how people react to these films. So,
well, yeah, people take it way too personally.
Right.
Like you referenced books a while ago. To me, movies are like books, right? There are way many genres, you could read a book, and no one go uproar when they read a book. It's just a story.
Okay.
It's a story it's a nonfiction, whatever. It's a story. It's just a story written down. Movies is just a story placed on the screen.
Right.
It's like visual. A book. It's just visual. So to me, I don't understand why people take it so personally.
Well, maybe
like why when books come out, people don't go well crazy about books?
Because then you have your own imagination with a book. But when you cast somebody, or a certain,
is it just an easier target? Is that what it is?
It's an easier target because I feel a lot of people are like, well, no, this did not live up to my imagination. Or they changed too many.
Because this is not real, people.
Details.
This is just a story they're trying to tell. It's like a lot of these stories, for example, Star Wars, is just something that someone had an idea in their brain and they came up with the idea and, they developed it. It's just a story. You understand? Like,
well,
Marvel is a story, comic books, all that are stories. So for you to take it personally into your life is like...
Yeah, no, it's stories, but there's like most authors, they have an intention. They have an intention
like books. You're trying to send a message. I understand.
A message or a parable or cautionary tale or whatever.
I'm not. I'm just simplifying it by saying story. Of course, there's a huge message behind it.
Right.
I'm just saying story to simplify it because it's at the end of the day they're just trying to say a story. Some people take what they want from it. Some people don't.
Right. And I think, but that's the problem with the divide today when you bring on social media. So you say people take it personally with stories, and then they
especially with movies.
Right.
Like, it's a lot of it is fantasy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
but
I get so mad about
like
fantasy.
So my fantasy or how I feel about Star Wars is like I said, comes back to the hate that you see and what people have likened it to in reality. Like they'll take these fantasy, or they'll say, oh, there's an agenda being like I hate when people take the stories, ideas, and they come off in a negative light and they say there's agenda behind this movie. Oh, there's a gay agenda, there's a diversity agenda, and I'm like, well, I said that's how
that's always been happening though.
Yeah, and in all forms of media.
Yeah,
and that's where I think when you're saying how people take it personally, and then you bring it into that large social media scape, and you get something that's very toxic. Because then you get a crew of people, and then you create a mob-like mentality.
Well, social media is toxic.
Yeah, it's no, because you're creating digital mobs as long as you, like, rile up enough people.
People don't realize, like I said earlier, social media is like it's an emotional machine, right? It's based off emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So people, like, subconsciously, they're not realizing what they're doing when they go through their social media, or when they post things, or like a lot of people not realizing the impact subconsciously that it's having on them.
Right.
You know, hence why people without a thought go to their phone and look. You know, they're like robots sometimes. You're like, I do it sometimes, I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
but you know, you go to your phone sometimes, you're like, sometimes you just do it automatically without even thinking. You're like,
right. Well, I guess because even though, like, that's why I say the phone is a very powerful tool, and what it does to the mindset, because it literally puts the image that you're in space with this person. Sometimes people feel like that person's right there.
yeah, but social media, that's the thing though, by it being so like, the basis of it being about likes and, you know, just people hearing your word or whatever the case may be, brings in space for all this conflict.
Right.
You know what I mean? It opened the wormhole, dude. I feel like that's why there's so much divide on the internet. Like,
and that translates into our own reality. Although here's a thing, versus, where it seems bigger when it comes on social media versus when you look outside, you walk out your everyday. How much is that affecting you? Unless you take that with you and you bring it into your reality, right?
Well, that's my point. I feel like some people don't even realize that they don't have no idea, bro. A lot of people have no idea how much it's affecting them.
Right.
They literally don't. They're oblivious to it. They just feel like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have no idea.
So for example,
it's kind of a form of control in a way.
Right. like I said, for example, you can shame. We didn't realize how powerful we've got. We can shame a celebrity in, like, if you get enough people to, like, to backlash on them.
Yeah, to just hit them
all
at once.
So Marie Tran is an actress from Star Wars, from the last film. She was one of the Asian actresses that they had cast, and took a lot of backlash because they felt hardcore fans felt like they took away from her stuff, and they shamed this poor woman. Like, she has her social media accounts and was like, "Oh, you're too fat," or you don't look good enough to be like, all these very, very negative. Like, "Oh, you're ruining my Star Wars
energy."
Yeah, and
energy
and they this poor woman, like, just shut off everything she had from social media, close people off. I've seen some of our own friends do that. Like, just take sabbaticals. From social media.
I feel it's healthy to take sabbaticals.
I think so too.
I think it is healthy to do that. I feel like everyone should do that. You should have a point whenever you want to have a point. Just get away from your phone and get away. Even if you have to just get the app off your phone, whatever the case may be, for a while, and just leave it alone. I feel like everyone should do it.
Just keep your notification bells though for us though. Just us.
Well, yeah, you have to keep your own contact. Have to keep it on. But I feel like it's healthy. It's healthy. I feel like it grounds you a little bit. Like, you need to be grounded. I feel like you get caught up in that world of social media, and, like, you get following that wave of whatever's happening, and, like,
you feel like you're a part of.
You're like the school of fish.
You're riding with the wave.
You know what's going on. You feel like you're in the know. You're in the crowd.
But that's, like, one of the interesting things though, is that because human beings in itself are very, like, symbiotic in nature. We latch on.
No, we want to feel included.
Yeah, and I feel like for a lot of people that don't typically, or antisocial, although I feel like we're only building our own real life antisocial activities. Bars are not what they used to be anymore. Hence why we do drunk context and drink at home, because the social context of, like, of having conversations at a bar, exchanging good ideas, meeting new people. No, people are just like this. You go to a bar and there's televisions and there's phones, and people are either on this or they're either on that. And then once that commercial break hits, they're right back on this. They're on one screen to another.
Someone should create a bar where you leave your phone at the door.
No, that's a good. Check it in.
Yeah.
That would be pretty dope.
Yeah. It will force people to talk. Like, Like, remember when the Tea Lounge?
Yep.
When I used to work there, we didn't have any TV. We didn't have any nothing, right? And, like, social media was not as huge as it was now. I mean, it was still there, but it wasn't as huge as it is now. But, like, people actually, they were forced, because there was no television to look at. People were forced to, like, look around, see what's going on, talk to the person next to them, because there was nothing else to do.
There was nothing else. Just so you know, Tea Lounge was just a really classic night, like, combination of Starbucks meets, like, social, like, Cheers bar. You know, and, you know, no. It was
something like a jazz bar meets Starbucks. I mean, it was really...
It was chill, but people
chill.
You had people like your norms that would come in, like, hey.
Yeah, there was the regulars.
Yeah,
of
your
course.
regulars. You have your friends, and
yeah,
then you have a great conversation outside.
Yeah, we were there for years. I worked there for
Yeah, Joe, I was one of the first guys that worked there.
Years, man, it was crazy.
Yeah, no, it was
one of the staples for us in Parksville, Brooklyn. It was.
But also keep in mind too, we weren't 100% in these like full phone.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Now.
It wasn't as huge as it is now. Back then, you still, everyone still tried to talk to each other, have a conversation.
And if you wanted to go away, people had their laptops. People were bringing laptops, or if you were like affluent at that time. This is 2008, because the iPhone came out in 2008, I think. That was like one of the first like real touch phones. People had phones.
I mean, social media was there. It just wasn't as huge as it is now.
Right.
It was there. It was present.
Yeah, Facebook.
Like Twitter was there. Like it was present, but it just wasn't.
Isn't as affluent. Although it makes you question if today. Well, because there are still bars that don't have televisions. So if you're some good like a loner and you're going to a bar by yourself, you could be in your phone. I feel like
it's the phone, bro. The phone is the easy escape.
Yeah, because it's
like if you get rid of the phone, like checking your phone when you come in. You have no other choice of where you're sitting at the bar and you have a moment. Most people, what they do is go to their phone and get absorbing it for at least 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So, like, there could be people coming next to you that you could be talking to. Like, you could meet someone that you could create a great relationship with. You just never know what could pass you by just because you're, like, absorbed in it for a good 10 minutes at a social event. At a social,
Here's an idea that I've been thinking about on how that can happen. Maybe it's... Because, like, I'm a very social person. When I go to places, I love to talk and meet people. I was very good I'm very extroverted to the idea where when I go to places. Sometimes, though, today, like, unless I'm in a brand new place, like, brand new, and I sit, and then someone throws a conversation at me, we'll have a conversation with that person.
You'll engage, yeah.
But there are times when I go to familiar bars, and I'll be by myself, and, I'll just want to just throw myself in the phone. And then I'll see people that, man, I actually would love to talk to these people. And back in the day, that would be super easy. Just be like, hey, what's going on? What are you guys up to? Blah, blah, blah. Just throw in some random subject and then just reel from there. More so now, it's because there's a lot of, like, social cues and levels that people are worried about. Like even
I just feel like it's hard to talk to someone when they're on their phone.
Right.
Like, if we're all at the bar and you're on the phone, I'm not going to approach you while you're absorbed into your phone.
Right. Yeah, and a lot of people are.
Like, if for example, if you're just sitting there and I'm at this bar and I'm just sitting there and we're just kind of in our thoughts, I would definitely say something. But like, hey, so how's it going? Because we're both just sitting there.
Yeah.
But if I'm sitting there and you're on your phone, I am not going to say anything to you.
Right.
I'm just not.
That's what I was going to say. And that's the problem, because 9 out of 10 times. Back in the day, it would be like, back in the day. Dust,
Yeah, make it sound
older.
Like
hay rides and all this shit. Haze, dust, dirt roads. Like a book. Like if someone was engaged in a book, you would see someone reading. You already had like cues on what maybe someone was into.
It's a conversation starter. You exactly know what they're doing. When you're on your phone, you have no idea what they're doing.
And then you might meet someone that's that's interested in the book that you're reading. That's why I actually have started to do that more often. I will bring like certain novels with me into bars versus so I don't have to be in my phone. Sometimes
it's an easy conversation starter, bro. Books are great.
Yeah,
it's a great conversation starter.
It gives you a small window of what
it's an easy way in.
Yeah, it's a small window.
Even if you don't know about the book, you just say, hey, what's that about?
It's a small window into the personality of what the person's reading.
That's true.
That's true. I think that's one of the most important parts. And I think that's what These little guys do not do. You don't have a window unless you're peeping
because
over
you
and
don't
seeing
know
what they're reading.
you don't know what they're doing though.
Yeah.
Like they're on their phone and you don't want to look into their phone because they could be texting, they could be reading. You don't really have any idea what they're doing.
Right.
So you don't want to disturb that person when
Right.
they're in there. You know. It's hard. So like,
And
my advice to anyone, if you want to like meet people or you want to like when you're in a social setting, try your best just not to look at your phone. And you know, you never know what will happen, man.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, you could just engage with people. But then, like I said, I just feel like we're losing that more and more. I said, even sometimes myself, I'm a very social person.
No,
And
it's
there are
easy to get
days-
caught up because you know why? Everyone around you is doing it. So you're like, okay.
Yeah, like, well, there's no real interaction. I mean, sometimes, like this is why I go outside. This is why I actually go outside. I'll smoke a cigarette and I won't have my phone. I'll just stand outside. And that, honestly, 9 out of 10 of my conversations in any kind of place, whether I go to a museum, or you go outside, you smoke a cigarette, don't look at your phone, just smoke. Hey, and you see someone who else is there. You say, hey, what's up, man? You enjoying the show? You already got a conversation started right then and there. That's probably my only thing that I could probably say in sellings for smoking. The only positive in today's day and age is if you're a smoker, you're in a social event, go outside. There's always going to be someone out there smoking. That's usually someone you have cigarettes in common. You can engage just from that alone, and
Just say hello, man.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. Even if they're in their phone, like walking by, just say hello. Sometimes all it takes. You know?
people. Here's just
Some people are weird, but
Here's
when
no,
they
it's-
do it, you know.
You ever like say hello to like engage the reaction of someone like when you come up? Because let's say depending on if you're in a certain public space, and you're walking the street, and sometimes like I'll ask them for a smoke, right? Sometimes like like just saying like I always try to bring my deepest lexicon of words on how to ask in like the most intricate way, like may I acquire a cigarette from you? Just that keyword alone, they're saying acquire, and like what the hell are you talking? you already kind of piqued interest, and then you can engage in conversation.
That's funny.
Like
Yeah.
little shit like that, just to
mess with them a little bit.
yeah, because you know you're gonna be like,
It's like catching them off guard.
if I come up like, dude, I'm jonesing for a cigarette right now, you're gonna buzz off, dude. Like, no,
You know what I think though? I feel like the majority of the time people want people to talk to them, but like people are scared. A lot of people are insecure, especially in this day and age. Anxiety is like the levels
all-time high.
all-time high. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people with anxiety right now.
Like
I'm
I'm getting anxiety for simple bullshit. Like,
So
these,
yeah, you have to
like,
realize that as much as you're scared to talk to someone, they probably feel the exact same way. So like, you can't be. Just gotta approach, man. You just gotta talk. Just gotta say hey. And you never know what kind of relationship will develop. This person could take you to another level. They become your best friend. You know, they could be anything. Talking to people could get you anywhere.
Just
Live in New York, that's exactly what I learned. Talking to people could get you anywhere.
Right.
Like, it's all about who you know. Like, it could get you anywhere, man.
Yeah, but that's like I said, but we're all too afraid. Yeah, that's ultimately my issue with social media these days. But I think that there are instances and places where you can get better. Now you have to find groups. You have to like search for groups and stuff like that.
Well, I feel like you'll find who you need to, you know, if you put that energy out there. Like, I believe walking that example, being, you know, that energy comes to you. The right people comes to you. Like, you don't need 100 friends. You know what I mean?
Right.
You just need the right people in your life.
But here's the negative, right? So we talked a lot about the cons.
Strong support.
I mean, all the pros of doing it. I feel like a lot of negatives too is people are afraid to say what's on their mind.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of backlash.
Yeah, like the fear of having beliefs, even small, minimal beliefs.
Dude, even if you go online right now and say I believe in Jesus right now, there's gonna be a shit.
You're gonna get people. Yeah, you'll
you
get
go
people.
online, say you don't believe in Jesus. It's gonna be the same kind of backlash.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
Like, oh, I'm a monotheist. Oh shit, what is this?
Either way,
what do you believe in, like Zeus and Apocalypse? Like,
either way, there's gonna be backlash, and I feel like as long as everyone accept that, and just like, I use social media as a tool, friends, family, because I don't live close to everyone that I love, so I feel like it's great for people who love me and people who, you know, who are important in my life to know exactly what's going on. So I feel like it's very important for that. I try my best to not to get too absorbed into it because I know it could be a trap. It could be very emotionally like diminishing. Like it could really tear you down. Like people commit suicide off of like social media, and like I'm energy sensitive, bro.
Yeah.
And like there's certain things that just
I'm very much sensitive.
Pisces, Cancer, water signs. You know,
exactly.
That's just how it is.
The world flows, man. We take you piss in our fucking ocean, man. We're gonna be like, oh, what the fuck is that soul?
Water signs.
We just know, like that's the vibes.
Yeah, we feel energy. That's just how it is.
And
but
go ahead.
I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
Well, for me, like I said, so like going out there, so I'm gonna do a quick double take back, like I said, how I felt with like the Star Wars fans, stuff that like people who critique, like liking something, like liking anything, or just coming up with that and then disagreeing, and then you'll say, well, what's to disagree with? And then of course you're arguing. And you bring that in reality with people that you hang with and stuff like that. And then you see people be like, oh, well, that's bullshit. And you've ever seen that meme with the motorcycle American chopper guys or whatever, and they're just like yelling and throwing like tables and shit. It gets like that from like people who are close friends. And I see it happen all the time with smaller debates. It happened with one of our New York episodes.
Yeah.
You're going to see some clips on that one soon. But things like that, but then it can get very bad. Like,
it gets very passionate. It gets very intense.
And this is the stuff that I feel people today are afraid of now, because they're afraid to share their personal beliefs just because social media has shown us that people can shit. Like if I say, if I say I like Star Wars, there are groups in social media that would like laugh at me, shit at me, just for like, you like this shit.
I don't know if people really fear what people think. I feel like people fear what they say and take out of context. Because I feel like that's the majority of the time that's really what's happening. Like, I prefer to be visual than to write. Because writing, especially if you don't write it in the right way, it could come off in a whole lot of different ways. And not everyone...
You mean vocal? You mean like more like directly vocal?
Like, I like to hear voices. I like to see emotions. I like to see faces. I like, I don't like to send texts all the time or write Facebook posts. Or like, to me, I feel like those could be easily taken out of context. You know what I mean? It way too easily taken out of context.
Right.
And I feel like that's what a lot of people's fears are. Like, you could say anything, like, out of the best heart, and it could be taken as the worst thing. You know what I mean? And just by typing it, if you didn't type, not everyone is, savvy when it comes to writing. So you know what I mean? Some people don't articulate things properly.
Right.
So it comes off for some people as ignorant, or some people get mad, like, you know what I mean? And that's not even that person's intention.
And that constantly gets flipped. So let's say I got mad at you last week because, all right, let's just use a small example. Like, you said something that I thought maybe had a negative stereotype.
Okay.
Right? Something that, like, let's say, like, I don't like the way you as a lefty, even though we're both lefties, like, let's say you're right-handed. Like, I don't like the way how you lefties go. And I take your context, like, kind of like hurtful, like, in a direct attack. Versus where you may have been, with your intention of saying it to me, if we were sitting here, as like, dude, you fucking lefties, ha ha ha.
But that's for me. That's for people who don't really know each other, though. Like, if you're my friend, you would know.
But that's the problem with social media, is that everyone doesn't know each other.
Well, yeah, but it's also through texts, though. It's also through writing. That's a lot of the things go through, like, especially like Twitter and all that stuff. It goes through writing,
right?
Which you don't see expression. You don't see, hey, I was joking. You don't see, like, and sometimes you could go home and be like, you could get the opposite, but like, maybe I've been overreacting a little bit. He was just joking.
Right.
It could be either or, but I feel like you get more context either way when you have personal interactions with people than when you write it. Because a lot of people just don't know how to. They're not great writers, bro. They're just not.
But then that's the thing too, because even
vocally, I'm not a great writer either. I'm not a great. Not everyone's a great speaker, but at least you could get body language. You could get.
You can pick up the
You could get tone. You could get. There's a lot of different things you could get from speaking and being face to face with a person than you could get with being online. You know what I mean? I prefer that all the time. I just prefer human to human react.
And this is, like I said, this is just my ultimate issue with social media, that I get in trouble on social media because I speak up when I see.
Yeah, but like you said, like for example, the one you said where you was joking about the Zach thing.
Oh yeah, Zach Morris is trash.
Yeah, you were joking about that, right? And everyone blew up, like the whole, like everyone just.
So this will probably draw, but here is the joke. I said there's a show called Zach Morris is Trash on College Humor. We'll probably put a link there somewhere. But on these episodes, they make fun of the character. If you watch Saved by the Bell, most of you have, some of you may not, about how he comes off. I made a joke saying that, wow, his character is, as a joke, literally in satire, ha ha ha. Like, oh, this is like the embodiment of a white privilege character. Like everything, oh, this is the guy who could do shit and get away with it. Roll credits,
he's also
smile.
a fictional character. So.
Yeah, he's a fictional character, so it's right. And you got the super backlash of comments, and that's I guess ultimately stemming to some of the points of where we're coming at. Mm-hmm. But me, I'm just laughing at it. I'm just like, dude, it's satire. I'm like explaining like this is just a joke, and it's not that serious. But
yeah, but someone reading it at their home in whatever mood they're in,
and they're like, "You
what
attack!
Is this?
You attack our idol, Zach Morris!
Yeah,
How dare you! Fuck AC Slater!"
They feel like it was personal.
It was the funniest thing, and then like, oh man, someone had wrote, "Oh, then we should. What about then we should like." Then like, would you be offended if I said that we made fun of Keenan and Kel and the buffoonery of the black community? I was like, wow! I was like, that just came off like really dark compared to what I said. And I was like, damn! I was like, yo, people really took that like.
But that's another thing.
With a dagger.
You don't know people's humor. You don't know like
right.
All that.
But we're watching College Humor. And then I think we talked about this briefly because we were on about comedy.
Yeah.
And about what comedians, what they can say. We talked about this in our last episode with Richard Pryor and South Park and all sorts of stuff. Mm-hmm. You have to be aware because no matter what you say, and I think it was like I said, I was stating it was always like that, but because of social media and it's being read, there's no like context to how I'm saying it. Like, oh yeah, Zach Morris is like, it's definitely the white
emojis.
Yeah,
like not enough, bro.
The sarcasm,
like
sarcasm is not read. Sarcasm is only processed verbally. Like sadly, I mean, some people can see it in some text. There are a lot of people that do not.
Well, you would think people will relate that you're on a comedy thing.
Yeah, that's
people,
what the whole
people don't
idea
make
is.
that connection. Though. People just think
and this is where I think I was thinking about that. I was like, man, I said, you know what? Because a lot of people came up like, oh, some angry black guy, and I was just like, whoa. I was like, dude. I ain't fucking
when
angry.
Did I become angry? Yeah.
I'm on the best day of my life. I'm laughing and I'm explaining it. I'm not attacked because the thing is, if you attack in a negative light in comments, then it's like argument.
Then it gets worse. Yeah.
No, I'm just like, dude, relax, chill. It was literally just a satire comment, and you guys like came off like that. It literally just also comes because, like as I said, they're being defensive on what people are like. Well, like if a white person is something racist. They used it that, oh, well, if you use that on me, I'm going to use it against you. They try to flip the script.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's.
I also feel like the internet is like, it's also like almost like a fake world, bro. Because I feel like if you talk to your everyday neighbor, I don't feel like they feel the way like the majority of the internet feels.
No, they don't. I think it's just something that in the moment, and they try to take certain beliefs. And then there are people, here's the thing too. They're influential people in comments, right? I see someone. Here's a list, the tier of how comments go. You have the bad comment, then you have the initial just shocked, then you have the like college professor dude who puts like a whole fucking 3 paragraphs,
the whole sonnet,
like just like explaining why you're wrong, and then from once that follows, everyone doesn't want to seem stupid anymore. So everyone's like doing Google and their research, and they start like calculating based off of how the tiers of the comments go. It doesn't go from like, oh, there's 2 guys going around. It goes to a very professional, and then it just takes new heights. It's like fucking. It's a whole new world. Yeah. Fucking Aladdin and Jasmine on the carpet, and they're taking
like you said, you weren't even commenting anymore, and then people were still fighting, so it became a whole new monster by itself.
I'm still the street rat on the ground, just making a joke, and you took it to fucking Prince Ali and genies and just blew the whole thing up. That's where it goes, and it's just like, and that's why it's like even the subtlest comments, even if you make just a small satire, you can't say stuff. But I think it's just that not that you can't say, you just gotta know what to expect. And then and then if you defend, you just say, I think you just need to say like what I did. I said one or two comments, just knocking, like, dude, chill, relax. Like addressing a couple of people that were coming off angry and trying to deflate. It's kind of funny because it feels like a Royal Rumble. It feels like all of a sudden, like one dude starts fighting, like when the guy gets jumped, and then another dude helps that guy, and then another dude jumps in, and you're like, whoa, that's serious. This is one-on-one. And then it's just everyone else, and then you just watch it. It's a Joker gas.
I bet a majority of it is just taken out of context.
Yeah. Because then I got dudes defending me. I'm like, no, dude, it's not that serious. Like, dude, I don't need your help. Yeah. Like, please stay back. But no, it just snowballs, and it does. So, and I've been on a lot of ends. I've been on some stuff where I've gone off very angry, and and that's something too. Like
social media is emotionally driven, man.
Yeah, but sometimes you take what you've been going on in your day, and then sometimes you want to vent. It's and then all of a sudden, then you think it's therapeutic, but then you end up getting it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on when you read it. You don't know what the person's going through that day, and they read your post. And they're like, what is this guy talking about,
Right.
They're probably having the most terrible day ever.
Yeah, and to the guys that's having the most terrible day, just remember this. Don't go on Facebook when you read something or take the time to absorb it. See if that is something that you're going, that at the moment that you're going to take, whatever information you took and process, that you're going to take that as a part of you before you fight for it, before you...
Yeah, believe it or not, man, social media is not, I don't believe that's the way people really feel. I feel like it's a lot of it. I feel like 80-something% of social media is taken out of context. Yeah. That's just my opinion. So don't take it personally. Please, I know people take their lives out of over this. I know people take this, go into depression because of this stuff. I know, keep your head up, man. A lot of people out there is not out there to destroy you. You know what I mean? Don't. You are loved. You're appreciated. You're valuable, just like everyone else. You know what I mean?
We all have our worth.
Yes.
We all have what we bring to the table.
Yes.
There are some people who don't really bring shit to the table, but there's something that they do. They might be serving you at McDonald's. Not to say that I'm putting slights on people who work in fast food.
Just love everyone, man.
Everyone does something.
Everyone's valuable. Everyone. Jobs doesn't matter to me. Everyone's valuable. No matter what you do, you're valuable. You could be the homeless guy in the corner. You're valuable. Everyone's valuable. Just make sure you know that. No matter what you're going through, you're valuable.
Unless you're a serial killer. You have no value. Well, anyway.
Word. Out of here, bro.
Yep. So, that was our show.
Yeah, man.
I hope you guys walk away taking something from this. If not, if you took away anything, go see that Star Wars trailer. That's just dope.
That shit was dope!
Alright.
This was another episode of
Drunk Context.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
And hit that little notification bell on the top right, or is it wherever this way it's at. Hit it. Hit it.
Hit it.
Get your notifications. Check us out. We're here every week.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, man.